Hello, horror fanatics. Welcome back to Spillage Studios. We are here today talking about episode 1 of Uzumaki. This is kind of going to be our first video, I think, for the Halloween season, October 1st here. I'm recording this today since I watched it yesterday. And of course, got the manga right here and a broken finger. Probably don't want that because it's covered in the whole thing. I just kind of want to talk about this episode and overall my love for Junji Ito and everything like that. So, a big thing, I think with Junji Ito that I love for horror mangakis, which is, I guess horror mangakis are kind of something I haven't stepped too deep into. I've tried some, of course, with PTSD Radio and some smaller ones on Tachiomi and stuff like that. But Junji Ito's always been the one that captured me. His stuff is so outlandish, but it's written very well, in my opinion, for some things. Of course, Uzumaki has some weird parts of it. I do love Uzumaki. It's probably not my favorite from him. I don't know. It's kind of hard because he's so many good short stories, which I think makes it tough. Because even this is kind of a compilation of short stories overall. But, I mean, there's some great stuff. Of course, you have... Let me go to chapter by chapter. Spiral Obsession, amazing. The Scar, classic for kind of horror mangaki overall. Is classic. I do love... So Snail's kind of weird. I'm not the biggest... I like Black Lighthouse. The Storm, Twisted Souls is really good too. I'm trying to remember Firing Effect. I'm not exactly... I think Firing Effect is the one where he starts getting clay from the river, or the lake in the center of town, Snake River, I think it's called. But yeah, just talking about how this correlates to the show, though, this manga. My big problems with the... okay, let's start with positive. Show, awesome. Animation, awesome. VA, very good. Scenes ripped straight from the manga, look like you'd think they would if it was, the perfect animation. Which it almost is, in my opinion, perfect animation. My problems start coming in when it becomes story continuity within the book. Because, of course, this first episode kind of had 3 big arcs just shoved into it. And that being Spiral Obsession, the Scar, and the Snail. Which is, I think 3 of the most popular, I'd say. I do love... I don't know. I do love those 3 arcs for certain things. Like Snail, I love how fucking weird and grotesque parts of it are. Of course, Spiral Obsession's great with his dad, and you get the when he goes in the box and everything. Super unique. And then I think Spiral Obsession 2 goes in with his mom, and that part's fucked up when she finds out she has the spiral in her brain and everything. Super cool, very different. But my main problem is just merging them all 3. I think you could have gotten some cooler moments. They skipped out on the moment where she walks up to his dad in Spiral Obsession and sees him looking at the shell, in the back alley, and she's like, no, there's no way that's his dad. And I'm going to blank on names because I'm bad with Japanese names, of course. I could probably just get the names right here. I am right here. But, yeah, of course, I think overall, super unique. I just don't know how I feel about my main... Like I said, my main concern is going to be this combining of all these stories into one little session. Because we still haven't gotten far with the mom. We did get all the dad stuff. And then we, of course, saw the Ash going into... I want to say Snake Pond, but I could be wrong. But into the pond. Which leads to her dad starting to use the cremation ash... Or cremation clay, I don't know what you want to say, as part of his pottery. So that's a big part in the beginning, how it kind of merges. I want to see how that kind of goes further. But we're really already done with the Scar arc because she's completely gone in the first episode, which is kind of crazy. Because let me see how many pages that lasts in here. That lasts, over 25 pages. That's 32 pages just done in one episode. And Spiral Obsession, of course, is 74 or 72 pages, I guess. And I don't know, it's just kind of I feel like we could have gotten all of Spiral Obsession in an episode, realistically. Maybe not, maybe an episode and a half, and then started this finished the scar off in the second episode, and then kind of gone in. But with how it's going, I'm kind of scared they might cut out some stuff, which I hope they don't. I know they said it's trying to be like as faithful to the manga as possible, which, you know, art-wise, amazing. Best Junji Ito adaptation ever, I'd say. Because then, like, this, I forget what the anime's called. It's like the stories of Junji Ito or whatever. That one's not very good. I don't think his stuff is very good colorized. I think it kind of falls in the same issue as you have with Kentaro Miura's Berserk, because his art is so special and detailed and everything's so perfect that when you add color to it, it kind of ruins it. And I think that's a big problem that's been with Junji Ito. But this Uzumaki, just like the way it goes is kind of just pulling away from the story, which I'm scared of. But like I said, art perfect, everything like that. Of course, you know, the episode follows the main female character as she kind of like tells us the story about her town, which is cursed by the spiral. And the way it folds out is her boyfriend's dad is obsessed with spirals, so that's like the big thing in the beginning. And the first arc of the actual manga is her telling about her dad's obsession with it. And then you kind of push. And I think it adds more when... I think the scar adds more when you actually have him going through all this stuff first. Because him just being like, oh, I sense a spiral on you, like mid-episode, when he's barely gone through the stuff with the spiral so far, I think it's kind of weird. I'd rather it start later on and we kind of build him being more paranoid of the spiral through his experiences with his mom, his dad, everything like that. I think that's a huge component that's kind of missing there. And then also, the snail's just kind of iffy. But I do kind of prefer something, like I feel like she's, the main character's noticing more about the spiral. Because originally, I feel like in the manga, she's just like, huh? What's happening? There's a spiral? What? Huh? What's happening? There's a spiral? Like, yeah. They've talked about this for like, you know, 5 whole chapters so far, buddy. Of course there's spirals. Come on. But it seems like in this, she's kind of grasping it earlier, I guess. But yeah, we'll have to see. Like I said, the animation is awesome. Of course, we got the iconic tongue scene, iconic box scene, the iconic eye scene. Of course, the eye on the female girl, Uzami, I believe was her name. That's probably going to be like the one I remember. Or Uzami, I can't remember. But whatever, I might mess it up still. But yeah, her, of course, classic eye scene where you get the fucking, kind of the spiral sucking to her head and then her whole body getting sucked up. Box, him rolling his eyes, the dad, her boyfriend's dad. I don't know why I'm so bad with names, dude. I wish I wasn't as bad as I am with names. But yeah, his dad, trying to remember if there's anything else. Spinning eyes, got the box. Oh, got, of course, the cool ass, cremation ashes in the sky where they spiral down into his face and it looks like it. It's super cool. I don't know. It's just super, like, cool art in here. Of course, you know, if I just show a little bit of it, if you guys have not seen this, and you guys are just, like, newer mangaki fans, of course, dude, it's, like, just looking at this overall, I mean, you could, it's just his art, dude. It's so fucking good. Let me see. Also, just seeing some of these things realized. Okay, so this is a big one. Yep, him spiraling his eyes, which I do believe they showed at the wrong point in time, because he's talking about his dad spiraling his eyes, and then she goes. So it's kind of maybe out of whack a little bit. There you go. There's the tongue. The big tongue, which is the big one that was shown in the episode. And then there's, of course, the box. Also one of the greatest fucking images in all manga. Sorry, man. The broken finger kind of fucks up everything. And then, yeah, let me get to that. There you go. And this awesome scene as well. Do love that. And I think the art representation of it is perfect. Like I said, I'm probably repeating myself a lot this episode, but I really want you all to check out this episode. I'd give it a good 8 out of 10 for art and everything. A little bit knocked down, of course, 2 points knocked down for being a 10 out of 10, just because of the story being a little muddled together. But hey, man, it's hard to make. It's probably hard to make this perfectly sync into an anime, so I understand. But that's all for today, guys. Hope you guys have a happy Halloween. If you guys enjoy this video, check for next week for a new episode based on the next episode, episode 2, where I'll review that as well. Probably a shorter episode, so I won't be yapping as much. But that's all for today. Peace.